Hello, this is Theo and I'm Vil. So this video will be about anxiety in dogs. I will be talking about Theo's experience with anxiety and my personal experience living with a dog that has anxiety. So let's get right into it. I basically got him at around 13 weeks. I'm not too sure what his story is before he came to me, but when he did, he was very visibly anxious when I left the house for any reason. He would have these destructive moments where he would just destroy everything in the house. Like I would come back home and the entire house would be just destroyed. One of my favorite pairs of shoes was like chewed up. Those were like the early signs of his anxiety. Because I'm a first time dog owner, I had no idea that these were signs of anxiety. I just thought, he's a puppy, he's teething. This is very normal behavior. Outside. He needs to go pee. Sure, puppies are destructive and that's part of their nature, but Theo was particularly destructive, like a lot more. Other than that, he would like just bark, claw at the door. I thought, this wasn't going to work, and I tried my own bits of training. I tried doing the leave him in the house and then go out, come back in, do that. But yeah, it didn't work. When it comes to the things that I tried to get him to like calm down and settle down when he's in the house, first of all, to make sure that he doesn't run out when we open the door, we installed a baby gate so he couldn't jump over, but that failed because, as you can see, Theo has really long legs. Oh, sorry. You okay? So jumping over the tallest baby gate I could find, I'm exaggerating, it's not very tall, but it was taller than Theo, but somehow he jumped over. So that didn't work, but we still kept it because it's useful to have a baby gate. But yeah, that didn't work. And another thing we tried was obviously training him to like stay in the house and then going into a room, closing the door, and then coming out when he stops barking. But when he doesn't stop barking, as in when there is no period of pausing between his barks, the method didn't really work because I couldn't stay stuck in the house for like hours on end, and it didn't feel right that what's wrong? That he was barking continuously. So yeah, that didn't work. And one thing that I searched up, checked reviews, and bought, which now that I think about it was not a good idea, was I bought this citronella collar, which sprays like a spray of citronella whenever he barks. I realized later on that it wasn't really correcting his behavior, simply just making him avoid that behavior temporarily while the collar's on. I realized none of that worked. I ended up getting professional help. I got a dog trainer to come in and help him with several other issues, including pulling on the leash and his separation anxiety. And that worked. He would bark for a minute and then stop and settle down. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention was I did get a camera, and this was a two-way camera, so I could hear him and he could hear me if I needed to talk to him. And this helped because if he was being a bit noisy, I could just call him on the camera and tell him to be quiet, and he would. The dog training worked, but it didn't do everything I wanted it to do, like everything that I was expecting to happen. Every dog is different, and it takes a lot of attention and care to get everything you need done for a dog. So I tried looking for other ways, and that was when I changed vets. My initial vet was this vet at university. It was much cheaper, so I thought I'd go there, and it was walking distance. When I changed vets, that was when I found out that on a scale of like a normal distribution of anxiety, he is at the end of it. With the vet's expert advice, we decided to look into medication. With anxiety medication, there's short-term and long-term. Long-term medication is medication that you would give to a dog on a daily basis. so that they are okay and like they're less anxious and more calm in situations that they face on a daily basis, including owners leaving the house, or for them to be calm in their own space in the house with the owners present, which is something Theo was not doing because he kept following me everywhere. Short-term medication is medication that you give for unexpected occurrences, such as going to the vet or the groomer. This is the short-term medication that Theo received. It's called Zactin tabs. It's basically like a tablet that you give them daily. I give him his tablet every morning, but initially when we first decided to go into medication, he got only half of a tablet to see if he reacts well to it, and he did calm down. He was much calmer. He still did bark when I leave the house, but only for just a couple seconds to a minute, which was completely fine, but he calmed down perfectly after that. One thing that did happen was he started to get a bit reactive to dogs whenever he was on leash. So I went to the vet again and we talked about this issue, and they said it was time to increase his dosage, and we did that. And we also talked about the short-term medication options. There were 2 sets of pills given, but I only have 1 pill that I bought. This medication is called gabapentin 100. That I'm supposed to give him 1 to 2 capsules the night before and 1 to 2 capsules the morning of the vet visit or groomer visit. And that's a lot of medication to give to this dog that absolutely hates medicine, which is why I decided that this medication's good enough for him, and we're not gonna look into the other set of 2 pills that I have to get from the compounding pharmacy. But with this medication, he definitely is a lot calmer as the groomer, because the groomer told me that he was not barking anymore as long as someone was in the room with him. Eat. Come on. The short-term medication works. I think at the moment he is coping fine. If anyone's watching because that you feel like your dog has anxiety, I would recommend, if none of the online resources have helped, or if none of the, nothing worked, maybe go to your vet, because they do have, most vets do talk about behavioral issues, including anxiety, and it might be a good idea to actually get them checked out. Make sure there's nothing else, no underlying issues as well. And now it's been several months since we've started the full long-term medication dosage, and since he has had the short-term medication as well, and Theo is actually coping really well. But yeah, that is living with a dog that has anxiety. If you have any questions about anxiety, or if you feel like I've missed anything, put it in the comments below. Thanks everyone. Please subscribe if you want to see more Theo content. Bye.